More than 1,000 women and children refugees on the Pacific island of Nauru have reported to have suffered inhumane treatment. They were transported there after seeking asylum in Australia. A report by Human Rights Watch and Amnesty International accused the Australian government of failing to address the severe abuse, which includes prison-like conditions and assault by local islanders. They claim it's a deliberate policy to deter more asylum seekers arriving in the country by boat. Well, we can speak live now to Graham Thom, who's from Amnesty International. He is the coordinator for refugees in Australia and joins us from Sydney. Welcome to the programme. These asylum centres have been plagued with allegations of abuse for a significant time. Why the release of this report now?
Well, unfortunately, we haven't seen any independent monitoring for a number of years, and there were a couple of reviews last year, one commissioned by the government, one by the Australian Senate, that both highlighted serious abuse of women and children, including sexual abuse on Nauru. However, because there hasn't been any independent monitors, we felt it was very important for us to be able to go at this stage. We've seen one man suicide by setting himself on fire. Another woman is critically injured after setting herself on fire. A 27-year-old man dies of a heart attack. So we have very real concerns about what's happening on the island, and we thought this is the time we need to be there to highlight exactly the abuses that are occurring.
How difficult has it been to gather this sort of data? Has there been quite a high level of security surrounding Nauru?
Well, the level of secrecy, the wall of secrecy, is extraordinary for two democratic countries. To keep people so out of mind, out of sight is unbelievable. We've tried for a number of years. We've made 6 formal requests to the government of Nauru to come and visit, or 2 of which were denied. The rest were ignored. We've seen the UN Working Group on Arbitrary Detention denied access. We've seen academics, journalists, all denied access. To get to the island is extremely difficult. And for those working on the island, for talking to us or being whistleblowers, they risk 2 years imprisonment just for speaking out on the abuses they see. So the level of secrecy is quite extraordinary for democratic countries when we're talking about the treatment of asylum seekers. So that's why we felt we had no other choice but to go there unofficially and try and spend as much time as we could and interview as many people as we could just to bring some of these abuses to light.
Can the international community do anything at all to put pressure on the Australian government and its asylum policies?
Well, I think we really do need international pressure because the Australian government, because they've been able to keep this secret, feels that they can get away with it. And until the international community brings pressure to bear to say, as a government that supposedly respects human rights, this is unacceptable, these abuses are unacceptable, the Australian government is not going to change. I mean, it's unbelievable that these people have been there for 3 years. They've been suffering these types of abuses for 3 years. Their mental health is at such a point now where seasoned researchers who went to visit were absolutely shocked at the conditions these refugees were facing. They've never seen anything quite like this. So absolutely, we must get international pressure and we need to see Australia act.
OK, Graham Thom from Sydney, Australia, thank you very much.